So next is about uniform plane wave. Now let's see here how to define the uniform plane wave. Before that, first we can see the relation between the electric field, that is EMF induced D is equal to d phi by dt. Okay, so phi is equal to, assume phi m sin omega t. Induced EMF is equal to Em, it should be cos omega t. Why it is differentiation of sine is equal to what? Cos. That means magnetic flux and electric field both are right having a one is sine term, another one is cos term, having a differentiation of, as in having the displacement of 90 degrees. Suppose if this is the, assume, electric field, right, with respect to time, then the magnetic field, electric field represent like this, electric field represent like this. Then magnetic field is a magnetic field, he is having a displacement of 90 degrees, he is having the displacement of 90 degrees, right? So that is represented by some other notation. See the difference between these two. One is the electric field and the one is the magnet. So when the combination of electric field and magnetic field in a space, then that is called as a wave. That is called as a wave. Wave is nothing but combination of electric field and magnetic field moving in a space. So uniform plane wave means the amplitude of this electric field and magnetic field must be constant whatever the time period. That is called as a uniform plane wave. So when this wave is traveling through different mediums means it can be a free space, it can be a dielectric medium, it is a perfect dielectric, lossy dielectric, and when it is traveling through or propagation through perfect conductor. What about the electric field equations? What about the magnetic field equations that we are going to see in the uniform plane wave concept? Now let's see here first. Uniform plane wave is defined as the wave whose electric field and magnetic fields have constant amplitude over the equiphase surfaces. That means when the distance is increasing, even though the amplitude of magnetic field, electric field is constant, then that such waveforms are called as a uniform plane wave. So wave is nothing but the combination of electric field and a magnetic field traveling or moving in a given space or considered space with respect to time is called as a uniform plane. Waves are nothing but carrying the or transportation of the electrical energy from one point to another point. Now let's say these waves exist only in free space at an infinity distance from the source. So waves are analyzed in different mediums. What are the different mediums? Different mediums are, first one is free space. For free space, what are the properties of free space? Free space is a dielectric, so therefore conductivity must be 0, sigma is 0. We know that epsilon is equal to epsilon naught, mu is equal to mu naught only. So these are the properties of free space. Similarly, we know epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r, mu is equal to mu naught into mu r, but mu r is 1 for free space. Epsilon r is equal to 1 for free space. So therefore epsilon is equal to epsilon naught, mu is equal to mu naught, and conductivity value always should be 0, then that is called as a free space properties. Next property is perfect dielectric, or that is also called lossless dielectric medium. So perfect dielectric also sigma value is 0, but epsilon value is, compared to the previous one, there should be a relative permittivity, relative permeability also. But in this case, the ratio of sigma divided by omega epsilon value should be less than 1. Next is, third one is lossy dielectric medium. When the dielectric medium is not perfect, then that is called as a lossy dielectric medium. So in this case, sigma value, that is conductivity, there will be some conductivity, so therefore sigma cannot be equal to 0. The remaining are same, epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r, mu is equal to mu naught into mu r. So for next perfect conductor, sigma is equal to infinity, that is then only that is called as a conductor. Conductivity value should be more, so that's why it is infinity. Epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r, mu is equal to mu naught into mu r. So therefore here we are going to study when this uniform plane wave is traveling through free space, what about the electric field equation and magnetic field equation? When the uniform plane wave is propagating through perfect dielectric medium, then what about the electric field equation and magnetic field equation? When the uniform plane wave is propagating, is nothing but traveling through lossy dielectric medium, what about the electric field equation and magnetic field equation? When the uniform plane wave is traveling through perfect conductor, what about the electric field and magnetic field equation? So to analyze that one here, first we are going to derive the general wave equation, and that equation is modified according to the mediums. It should be related to free space, should be related to perfect dielectric, lossy dielectric, as well as perfect conductor. Now let's see about general wave equation. How to general wave equation means wave is nothing but combination of electric field and magnetic field. So therefore wave should be having electric field equation and magnetic field equation. So to derive that one here, first we need to consider some properties. Let's see what are the properties. Wave equations are obtained by using Maxwell's equation. To obtain this equation, assume that electric and magnetic field exist at a linear, homogeneous and isotropic medium having the properties. What are the properties? Are parameters: conductivity, permeability and permittivity. Next, one of the Maxwell's equation related to electric field and magnetic field is del cross E bar is equal to minus dou V bar by dou T. But B is equal to mu into H. So therefore del cross E bar is equal to minus mu dou H bar by dou T. Next, del cross H bar is equal to, right, sigma E bar plus epsilon dou E bar by dou T as per the modification of Ampere's law. Sigma E bar plus epsilon dou E bar by dou T. So now these two equations are modified according to the uniform plane wave. Now let's see here. First, take curl on both sides of equation 1, right? First we will derive the electric field equation, that is electric field wave equation. Later we derive the magnetic field wave equation based on this. Consider the equation 1, then take the del cross curl on both sides. If you take curl on both sides, del cross E bar is equal to del cross of minus mu dou H bar by dou T. So according to the property of this curl, this can be written as del dot of del cross E bar minus del of del square del E bar. So del square E bar, that is equal to minus mu dou by dou T is constant. Next, del cross H bar. Now this is 0 according to the property of curl. So 0 minus del square E bar is equal to minus mu dou by dou T of del cross H bar. Finally del cross E bar is equal to, so both sides minus will get cancelled, mu dou by dou T of del cross H bar. So substitute del cross H bar in equation 2. What is the del cross H bar from the equation 2 is this one. So del cross H bar is equal to sigma E bar plus epsilon dou E bar by dou T. Then if you substitute that one here, del square E bar is equal to dou by dou T of del cross H bar. Del cross H bar is this sigma E bar plus epsilon dou E bar by dou T. So expand this one here once again. So mu sigma dou by dou T of E bar, that is dou E bar by dou T, plus mu epsilon dou by dou T, dou square by dou T square of E bar, that is called dou square E by dou T square. This is called as a wave equation related to what? Electric field in general medium. General medium means all properties will be having, that is sigma value, mu value and epsilon value. In the same way, we will obtain the wave equation related to magnetic field. Follow the same procedure and finally you can get the wave equation related to magnetic field equation. Now let's see once again. The wave equation related to electric field is del square E bar is equal to mu sigma dou E bar by dou T plus mu epsilon dou square E by dou T square. This is called as a wave equation related to electric field in a general medium having the properties of sigma value, mu value and epsilon value. Right? This equation can be modified according to the mediums, any medium, either free space or perfect dielectric or lossy dielectric or perfect conductor. So now let's see how to get the equation related to magnetic field. Same procedure, ditto once again. Now in this case we need to consider equation 2. Take the curl on both sides of equation 2. Del cross h bar is equal to del cross of h bar is nothing but sigma e bar plus epsilon dou e bar by dou t. And we expand this one as per the property of curl. So del dot of del cross h bar minus del square h bar, and again simplify this one also, sigma del cross e bar plus epsilon dou by dou t of del cross e bar. So this is 0 according to the property of curl. So substitute 0. Del square h bar same here. This is also same. This is also same. Now del square h bar is equal to sigma del cross e bar plus epsilon dou by dou t of del cross e bar. Now we need to substitute what is del cross e bar now. As per the equation 1, if you substitute del cross e bar in this equation, then you will get finally del square h bar is equal to sigma minus mu dou h bar by dou t plus sigma plus epsilon dou by dou t of minus mu dou h bar by dou t. So del square h bar is equal to minus mu sigma dou h bar by dou t minus mu epsilon dou square h by dou t square. And now, so if you take minus is common in the previous equation, finally del square h is equal to mu sigma dou h bar by dou t plus mu epsilon dou square h by dou t square. This is called as a wave equation for magnetic field in general medium. See, this equation is having sigma mu epsilon. So therefore this equation is called as a magnetic field equation in general medium. Magnetic field here, it is related to the term h bar. Electric field is related to e bar. So both equations are same. If you replace the h here with e, then that is called as a wave equation for electric field. If you replace that e with h everywhere, then that is called as a wave equation for magnetic field. Now let's see here wave equation in free space. How to analyze this one here is based on the property of the free space. What are the properties of the free space? Sigma 0, mu is equal to mu naught, epsilon is equal to epsilon naught. Before that we need to write the wave equations. Before that we need to write the equations, one of Maxwell's equations. Maxwell's equations are del cross e bar is equal to minus mu dou h bar by dou t, del cross h bar is equal to sigma e bar plus epsilon dou e bar by dou t. So equations 1 and 2 can be written as, that is as per the property of free space, sigma 0, substitute 0, then you will get this equation. So here mu is equal to mu naught, you will get this equation. So equation 3. Next, then take the curl on both sides of equation 3, then you will get del square e bar is equal to mu naught dou by dou t of del cross h bar. Once again del cross h bar is equal to epsilon naught dou e bar by dou t, substitute here. Then finally we will get del square e bar is equal to mu naught epsilon dou square e by dou t square. This is called as a wave equation for electric field. Similarly, in the same way, we will obtain the wave equation for magnetic field. Del square h bar is equal to mu naught epsilon naught dou square h by dou t square. These two equations are called as a wave equations for free space. Wave equations for free space. By looking at the wave equation for general medium also, we can write it as this wave equation. Sometimes they will ask you derive the uniform plane wave equations for free space. So finally the conclusion of this one is, when the uniform plane wave is propagating through free space, then the equations are del square e bar is equal to mu naught epsilon naught dou square e by dou t square, and del square h bar is equal to mu naught epsilon naught dou square e by dou h square. If you substitute the properties of free space in the previous equations also, you will get this equation. This is a derivation similar to the previous case. Next, we'll see about solution of uniform plane wave propagating in free space. Right? What is the solution of uniform plane wave propagating in free space? In the previous topic, we got the equations related to free space, and we need to get the exact E bar equation, and we need to get the exact H bar equation that gives the solution of a uniform plane wave propagating in free space. Propagation is nothing but traveling. When the wave is traveling in free space, what about the equations of electric field and magnetic field? Now let's see here. Consider the uniform plane wave is propagating in the z direction. That is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis is there. We consider z direction. With the field vectors E bar and H bar as shown in figure. So E bar is in X direction and the H bar is in Y direction. H bar is in Y direction. So E bar and H bar are the functions of Z and T. When the time is changing, this wave also is changing from one position to another position. So therefore here representation of the waveform is one is electric field term, another one is the magnetic field term. At the beginning that what I have explained, why these two are perpendicular means as per the properties of E is equal to minus d phi by dt. As per that electric field and magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. Next, the wave functions for free space is given by del square E bar is equal to E mu naught epsilon naught dou square V by dou t square, that what we have derived in the previous topic. Similarly, del square H bar is equal to this. Now we need to expand what is del square V as per the Laplacian. Dou square E by dou x square plus dou square E by dou y square plus dou square E by dou z square. Expand this one here. But in this case, wave is traveling along the z direction. When the wave is traveling along the z direction, then dou square E by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square terms are 0. Finally, this equation is modified to dou square V by dou z square is equal to mu naught epsilon naught dou square V by dou t square. So rearrange this one here. Dou square V by dou t square is equal to 1 divided by mu naught epsilon naught dou square E by dou z square. So this constant term is represented by one more term. The one more term here it is called as a V square. So V is equal to 1 divided by square root of mu naught and epsilon naught. This is called as a velocity of the wave. That means when the uniform plane wave is propagating along the z direction, which is moving with a velocity of V, where V is equal to 1 divided by square root of mu naught and epsilon naught. If substitute mu naught and epsilon naught, you will get the velocity of free space also. Generally, the velocity of free space is 3 into 10 power 9 meter per second. You will get from this equation also, right? So this is about the wave equation when it is traveling along the z direction. Now let's see here. Here you may get one doubt. When the wave is traveling along the z direction, why the electric field along one particular direction and magnetic field is along one particular direction? So that means electric field is along the x direction and the magnetic field is along the y direction. Similarly, in the same way we can obtain for magnetic field equations also. So del square H bar is equal to dou square H by dou x square plus dou square H by dou y square plus dou square H by dou z square. So once again, right as it is, wave is traveling along the z direction. Then finally x square term and y square terms are 0. Finally we'll get dou square H by dou z square is equal to mu naught epsilon naught dou square H by dou t square. And finally you will get dou square H by dou t square is equal to V square dou square H by dou t square. The meaning of, this is z square. The meaning of this one is, so the wave is traveling along the z direction with when the time is changing. So therefore dou square H by dou t square is equal to V square dou square H by dou z square. V is nothing but once again velocity of the wave in free space. Now we need to obtain the complete mathematical equation of electric field and magnetic field. That gives the complete solution. These equations are just related to the wave is traveling along the z direction and it is moving with respect to time. So therefore these equations are having differentiation term. but final equation should not consisting of differentiation term. It should be only E bar as well as H bar only. Now let's see here how to get the complete electric field and magnetic field equation when the wave is traveling in free space. Now you see, assume that the electric field is in X bar direction. So consider only which component? X bar component only, that is Ex is present. Then we need to modify that electric field equation. Then dou square Ex by dou Z square is equal to mu naught epsilon naught dou square Ex by dou T square. Assume that Ex is equal to Em e power j omega t, real term and imaginary term, right? So then dou Ex by dou T is equal to, right, Em e power j omega t, differentiation of e power j omega t is j omega, so j omega Ex bar. Ex bar is nothing but once again Em e power j omega t. So here you will get Em e power j omega t, j omega. That's why we are writing like this. Once again take one more differentiation term. Dou square Ex by dou T square is equal to the same thing, j omega Ex. So then j omega whole square Ex minus omega square Ex. So we need to substitute dou square Ex by dou T square in equation 7. We will get, that is in this equation 7, we will get dou square Ex by dou Z square is equal to minus, this entire term is replaced with this minus omega square Ex. Now dou square Z by dou Z square can be written as a differentiation term, d square, and this side it is as it is same. So take Ex is common on the both sides and move this one to one on this side. So finally d square, capital D square plus omega square mu naught epsilon naught into Ex is equal to 0. Now we need to obtain the, this is a second order differential equation. Now we need to obtain the solution of this. Then you will get the solution of electric field equation. Next, so the D is equal to, as per the solution of the second order differential equation, D is equal to plus or minus j omega square root of mu naught epsilon naught, because D square is equal to this. So D is equal to plus or minus j omega square root of mu naught epsilon naught. So as per the previous equation, rewrite that one, finally we will get the solution of this differentiation term. So D is equal to plus or minus j omega square root of mu naught epsilon naught can be written as a one more constant, that is called as a beta. Beta is nothing but a phase shift constant. Phase shift constant means in this case, when the wave is traveling from one medium to another medium, then there will be a changing the position of that waveform. Then that is measured in terms of a constant that is represented by beta. So beta is equal to omega square root of mu naught epsilon naught. Next, solution of Ex is equal to, right, that is a second order differential equation. So there will be a two, right, this is called as a complementary solution, particular integral and complementary solution. So that we are writing here. So Ex is equal to k1 e power minus j beta z plus k2 e power j beta z. So D is equal to this beta, that beta we are writing here. So let k1 is equal to Em plus e power j omega t, E2 is equal to Em minus j omega. Em plus means when the waveform is having positive and negative. Positive side is called as a Em plus, the negative side is called as a Em minus. That is maximum plus and maximum minus. That is negative side maximum electric field and positive side maximum electric field. Em stands for maximum electric field positive side. Em minus stands for maximum electric field negative side. So Em plus e power j omega t, Em minus e power j omega t. Substitute here in this equation. Then you will get finally Ex is equal to Em plus e power j omega t, e power minus j beta z plus Em minus e power j omega t, e power plus j beta z. So simplify further, because both are having exponential term, here also both are having exponential term. So Ex is equal to Em plus e power j of omega t minus beta z, Em minus e power j of omega t plus beta z. So this is called as a solution of electric field. So then in terms of real value, right? So what we can do, the real value is in terms of cos only. So then we will modify this equation into real equation. So Ex is equal to Em plus cos of omega t minus beta z plus Em minus cos of omega t plus beta z. If we take the imaginary part, then that is called as a imaginary part of the above equation. So similarly, we can write the magnetic field equation also. Here you may get doubt, why the suffix x, why the suffix y. Electric field is along the x direction and magnetic field is along the y direction. Both are having phase shift of 90 degrees, electric field and magnetic field. That's why one is along the x direction, means another one should be obviously along the another direction, that is nothing but y direction only. So therefore Hy is equal to same equation, only the alphabets of electric field and magnetic field will differ. So Hm plus, that is maximum magnetic field along the positive direction, that is positive side, maximum magnetic field along the negative direction, So finally Hy bar is equal to Hm plus cos of omega t minus beta z plus Hm minus cos of omega t plus beta z. This is called as a solution of uniform plane wave propagating through free space. Ultimately solution means which should given the electric field expression and magnetic field expression. This is the electric field expression and this is the magnetic field expression. Next we will see about phase velocity and propagation constant, that is represented by gamma. So phase velocity means, right, velocity of a uniform plane wave is defined as the velocity with which the phase of the wave propagating, that is traveling, with how much phase the wave is traveling along one particular direction with respect to time is called as a phase velocity. So in this case Vp is equal to, which is traveling along the z direction, so dz by dt. So in this case omega divided by beta. So that means the phase velocity of uniform plane wave is defined as the velocity with which the phases of the wave propagating. So omega is called as the angular velocity, beta is called as a phase shift constant. So Vp is equal to omega by beta. So beta is equal to omega square root of mu epsilon. So then finally we'll get to Vp is equal to 1 divided by square root of mu epsilon. 1 divided by, for free space we know that mu is equal to mu naught, epsilon is equal to epsilon naught. Finally velocity in free space is equal to Vp is equal to 1 divided by square root of mu naught epsilon naught. If we substitute this, we will get 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. That is the velocity of wave in free space. Next is about propagation constant. Propagation constant is represented by gamma. So propagation, before that propagation constant, propagation constant gamma, so let me explain first. Assume this is the wave, which is in one medium, one side of the medium. Say it is medium 1 and say it is medium 2, and which is having some amplitude, right? Which is having some amplitude. Now when it is traveled to medium 2, then what happens, right? This amplitude may reduce drastically. When it is started here at 0 position, it is not started at 0 position. That means there is a phase shift. So this will be measured in terms of one constant, that is called as a phase shift constant. Phase shift is constant is represented by beta. Similarly, here the magnitude is more. When it is traveled to medium 2, the magnitude is drastically reducing. That is called as a attenuation constant. So attenuation constant is represented by alpha. Phase shift is constant is represented by beta. The summation of these two, alpha plus j beta, is called as a gamma. Gamma is called as a propagation constant. When the wave is propagating or traveling from one medium to another medium, that value is changing, that is amplitude is changing as well as phase shift also changing. Summation of attenuation constant and the phase shift constant is called as a overall constant, that is called as a propagation constant. So propagation constant is represented by gamma. You see here once again, it is in wave is in medium 1 when it is traveling to another medium, the amplitude is reducing drastically, as well as the phase shift. Here it is started 0, but here it may not be started from 0, started some another phase, another angle. So therefore this difference is measured by one constant that is called as a phase shift constant. Phase shift constant is represented by beta. And attenuation constant means when the amplitude is decreasing drastically when it is traveling with respect to time period, right? So the change in the amplitude value is represented by one more constant. That constant is called as a attenuation constant, that is alpha. So a summation of these two, attenuation constant, phase shift constant, is called as a overall constant. Overall constant here we are calling as a propagation constant. So gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta. So now we'll see what is the mathematical equation for the propagation constant. This can be obtained, right, by using the electric field equation. Del square E bar is equal to, same once again, so mu sigma dou E bar by dou t plus mu epsilon dou square E by dou t square. So E bar is equal to E naught e power j omega t. Then take the differentiation, again differentiation. So finally you will get this equation. Substitute this in the equation 1. So finally del square E bar is equal to j omega mu of sigma plus j omega epsilon E bar. So this is represented by one constant term. This is represented by constant term. That is when the electric field is moving in a free space with some velocity, right, that is changing by the magnitude as well as the phase shift, that is represented by constant, where gamma square is equal to j omega mu of sigma plus j omega epsilon. So gamma is equal to square root of j omega mu of sigma plus j. This gamma here we are calling as a propagation constant. This gamma here we are calling as a propagation constant. Gamma is equal to square root of j omega mu of sigma plus j omega epsilon. So gamma is called as a propagation constant. So this gamma will be having a complex quantity, right, consisting of real part and imaginary part. So therefore gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta. Alpha which gives the magnitude of the waveform, and beta which gives the phase shift of the waveform. Alpha is equal to attenuation constant, beta is equal to phase shift constant. Phase shift constant. Okay. So this is about the propagation constant gamma. And further, what is alpha and what is beta also can be discussed here. So in general, when the wave is traveling through the medium which gets attenuated, that is amplitude value completely decreasing from time to time, that means the amplitude of the wave reduces. It is represented by the real part of the propagation constant. So it is called as a attenuation constant, and is represented by alpha. So this alpha value is, there is a derivation, it is not required. Just for understanding purpose, we are writing alpha is equal to omega square root of mu epsilon by 2 square root of 1 plus sigma divided by epsilon square minus 1. It is in decibels. Similarly, right, that is phase shift constant. When a wave travels through a medium, phase change occurs. Such a phase change is expressed by an imaginary part of the propagation constant. It is called as a phase shift constant. It is represented by beta, and the unit is radians per meter. That is about the attenuation constants and phase shift constant. Next, wavelength. Wavelength is represented by lambda. So lambda, it is defined as the distance traveled by the wave to change the phase by 2 pi radians. Distance traveled by the wave to change the phase by 2 pi radians. So therefore wavelength lambda is equal to 2 pi by beta. So beta is equal to, we know, omega square root of mu epsilon. Omega is 2 pi f. So if you substitute here, we will get the lambda is equal to velocity by frequency. So velocity is 1 by divided by square root of mu epsilon. So f is called as a frequency. So once again, see here, it is defined as the distance traveled by the wave to change the phase by 2 pi. So when it is traveling, the waveform is traveling, so after some time period, right, so this waveform changed to, this waveform is changed to 2 pi radians, means that means from here it will start. So like this. So this is called as a wavelength of the uniform plane wave.